Hi friends, hope you guys are doing well. If you don't know, I'm Jennifer from Northern California. I'm in gardening zone 9B, and today I am going to do a little bit of planting and a little bit of cleanup. If you followed me on my last video, I went to Orchard Nursery in Lafayette, California and picked up some plants. So I wanted to show you the plants that I got. I'm not going to plant them all today because I'm thinking about what I want to do with them all. You know how it is. You just kind of see them and you buy them and you have no place where you're going to put them. That's what I did. But let me show you the plants I got. The first plant I got, I couldn't resist, are coneflowers. This one is an Ignatia coneflower called Panama Rose. Isn't that pretty? It smells so good. It blooms early to late summer, plant in full sun, adapts to dry and moist conditions. This one grows 12 to 24 inches tall, and you space them 12 to 18 inches. I was thinking of putting this in the front garden, and then I thought about putting it in Sully's garden. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it. And then I thought maybe I'll put it in a pot. So I'm still thinking. So I'm not going to plant these today, I don't think. So I'm not sure. So I got 3 of these. And then the other one I got is, this is a Proven Winners Lemon Perfection Nepeta. I want to see how this does with the other Nepeta I have that's not a Proven Winners, and I think it's called Cat on the Loose, and it kind of looks like the same color. And what's neat about this one is if it's in a more shaded area, the leaves turn more brighter chartreuse, where if you're in the sun, you're going to get more flowers. This is going to go in a part sun area. I am going to plant this today. I'm going to plant it with the butterfly bush, the little one that I have in the back. Hey, Samuel! Maybe I won't be able to because they're eating where the dirt in that area. That's where I was going to put it because they kept taking the creeping Jenny, so I thought I would try the Nepeta. But about this one, this is a shorty. It's 10 to 12 inches and it grows, you space 10 to 12 inches, that's all it says. And then spacing is 16 to 18 inches. Hardied from zones 3 to 8. I'm zone 9B, but I think it'll do okay. This is early summer to early fall. But it's just a little guy. I saw this and I couldn't resist. I wanted to get the other one, the other Nepeta at the nursery, and I saw this one. I thought this looks almost the same, so we'll try it out. Sorry, I'm checking on the dogs. And then I got I can never resist. This is Agastache Mexican Giant Hyssop. This one you plant in full sun, likes preferred well-drained soils, and grows 16 to 22 inches tall, and you space them about 12 to 14 inches. It says tall spikes on long-lasting flowers, fragrant bushy foliage, attracts butterflies, hummingbirds, and bees. Perfect for herb or cottage garden, or used in seasonal containers with sweet potato vine, geraniums, and spikes. I don't know, heat and drought tolerant, deer resistant, prefers well-drained, fertile soil. So I was thinking of putting this in Sully's garden in the corner where I have the blazing star. So I might put this there, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll put this in front of it. I know it's a little bit of, it's like a pinky purple area. But the other plant I was going to put with it, and I bought 3 of them. I always buy these. This is the Swan River Daisy. This is sun to part shade. Oh. This gets 12 inches and it's mounding. So it's a shorty, and it's zones 9 through 11, tender perennial. Let's see, it says information provided for Northern California. So Swan River Daisy. Isn't that pretty? I just love daisies. They're so cute. So I thought about putting this with these 3 together, and then I thought even putting it in a pot with the coneflower. Let's see, can I pick it up? So it can be kind of like this. I know it's kind of a weird combination, but I don't know. I love all these flowers. They're my favorite. And then the last plant, oh no, I have another one. I'll show you. I'll take you to that. The last plant I got is a Verbena. I was looking for a Verbena, and I was going to get the classic ones, and I found this one. It doesn't look like much right now, but this is a California native plant. But I also checked online about this, and it's also native in North America, so it may be in your area too. This gets 36 inches tall and 48 inches wide. So this is going to go in the front yard in front of my black-eyed Susans, and I thought that this would cake up that spot, and it'll be near my hydrangea. And this gets, I looked online, I was reading about it. It doesn't say much more on the tag. This gets a mounding habit, and it has a ton of purple flowers, and this is semi-evergreen. So it stays evergreen all year, which would be perfect for the front garden because everything else is going to be kind of dying off. The Mystic Spiries should stay all year. It usually does in my garden. I have it in the front yard. I just planted it there this year, so I'll see how they do, but I'm guessing it'll stay all year, and then I'll have this in there, and I think everything else in the front will probably die off. So this, though, will get a nice big rounding habit, and I think that'll look so pretty next to the Black-Eyed Susans and the hydrangea. So this will definitely plant today, and I'm going to have to do a little cleanup in the front yard too. The petunias are taking over again, so I got to cut them back again, and then I want to trim back the butterfly bush. So anyway, we'll plant this up front for sure today, but I'm going to do, I think I want to do these ones now because I do need to water in the back, so I was kind of holding off because I didn't want everything all wet. So we're going to go plant these. But let me show you one other plant. I already put it out. It was already in a pot, so I just placed it. So let me go show you that one. I saw this at the nursery and I couldn't resist. This is the Rudbeckia. It is so full and so pretty. I couldn't resist. I'm going to keep it in the pot. I want to have it in this area, and then I want to put pumpkins in about a month and a half away and put pumpkins on it. This is, let's see the tag. It's Rudbeckia Hirta Denver. I've never heard of that one, but I thought it was so pretty, and I thought it was kind of perfect for fall. So I'm going to put that here, and like I said, I'm going to put some pumpkins over here and kind of make the this area with the bench all nice and pretty. But such pretty little flowers on it, and I think I need to give that a good water. But I couldn't resist the little Rudbeckia. Isn't it pretty? So cute. But yeah, I never heard of this variety. It's a good one. Here's a little closer up of the flowers. Look how pretty that looks. It's so nice. And I think it's perfect to go with, look at this. This is the Vermillionaire. That thing is going crazy. I originally was going to put the Rudbeckia here, but this plant is so big that I just don't have enough space. And the area here is not that wide, and the dogs run. And I think if I put the Rudbeckia, I think it would just not be enough space. So that's why I kind of put it over here. This is definitely more of an open area. So it should be safe as long as the dogs don't see it. And it's next to the Black-Eyed Susan vine. Just giving you a look. That's how the bench is. And then come fall, so I want to put a bunch of pumpkins down here. I want to change out the pillow. I think I'm going to probably do like orange or maybe a rusty color, kind of like the brown in the Rudbeckia. And I think this will stay all year round. So that's what my plan is, just to kind of make it a little pretty area for fall. All right, let's get planting. I placed my plants down where I'm going to put them. So I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to put the other over here. I am not going to be using a fertilizer starter in here because I think it attracts the dogs more. I got them all planted in there, but of course Sammy is like right in front. I hope they do okay. I think as long as Stashy, who's eating my tomatoes, Stashy! He shouldn't touch them. Hang on, let me go grab the dog. So I think it looks good. I wanted to show you my comparison. So they're over there. Let me turn you around and show you. We're going to see who does better. Is it going to be the Proven Winners Or is it going to be, it's is it cat loose on the loose? I don't know. Hang on, let me show you. Or is it going to be like this one? So I'm going to see. So next year, if I want to get more, I really like this color. This is Chartreuse on the loose, Catmint. So we're going to see which one is better. I like this, and you can see it has little flowers, but this area gets a little bit more shaded, but it's growing really, really good. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll compare and see who does better, the Proven Winners or this one. This is just the nursery brand. There was no manufacturer tag on it. All right, let me go water these and then we'll work up front. Well, friends, I'm in the front yard. I finished watering everything in the back. It's already starting to get hot. It's only like 60, I think it's maybe hit 70. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm getting a late start, but I plan on putting the Verbena in the garden, but I first need to trim back the Supertunias. Let me show you. As you can see, our Supertunias are really big, and I'm planning on putting the Verbena right here in this spot here, and I have some salvia in there and just didn't make it. I mean, one of it's little green and coming back, but it isn't making it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim back the Supertunias, and then I'm gonna trim back the butterfly bush too while I'm here. So let me give this a trim first, and then we can get planting, because holy moly, I mean, look over here. I mean, it's huge. It's all going back here, and I had this all cut back about, I think maybe here a couple weeks ago, like that, and that's how much it's grown. I wanted to grow more on this way, but it keeps going back that way, and so my hydrangea is getting covered by Supertunias, which the hydrangea, that's the Pinnacle hydrangea, and it's doing okay. Now I just planted that, I planted this, what, about 2 months ago, and so I mean, I'm happy it got flowers and still has new buds on it, but we've had some 100-degree weather, and it's just struggling a little bit, but I think it'll bounce back once it's more settled in, because it's still getting established. I'm actually surprised I got flowers on it, but yeah, poor little guy. But this area where the hydrangea is, this area gets shade at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so the hottest time of the day, it's shaded over here. But then definitely gets the morning sun, which I think it'll like in the long run. It's just right now it's those 100 degrees that we have, but we're getting cooler weather, so it should do better. So anyway, let me go and start cutting the Supertunias. I trimmed up the petunias here because my little yellow flowers down here were getting completely covered. So I gave that a little bit of a cleanup. And what I'm going to need to do next is I want to get that plant in the ground, and then we'll cut the butterfly bush. So let's go do that. But the rest of the petunias were fairly even. I mean, they could be cut back a little bit on this end, but I don't have really anything there. If it starts creeping on the rudbeckia, then I will, or black-eyed Susan, I will then give it more of a trim back. But it was down at the other end, down there, that was really bad. But I know it's not completely even, but it's actually getting really warm out. So I just want to get this done and out of the way as I'm cooking, and I'm out of breath. Hoo-wee. There's a lot of bees over here. So I'm going to plant this in the middle in this area, like around here. And I have in here, which one really didn't make it. This was, I think they're called Salvia Night. This did not make it. That is completely dead. So I will toss. And this one down here is coming back, so maybe I could save it. Let's see. I could probably save this one, so I'm just going to take the whole clump with me. And I'll plant this in Sully's garden or somewhere else. So that one I'll take with me. This one, it looks like part of it's alive, but I don't think it looks very good. It's got like really silvery leaves on it. I don't know what that is. So this one I'll toss. I'll just save some of the soil. Planted in the ground. I just got to give it a water. I do need to put some more mulch over there. And you're probably wondering why I didn't move it over closer. It's because you can't see it. It's covered a little bit with mulch. I pushed it over by mistake walking in there, so I'll fix that. But there's a drainage there, and it's where our pipes to turn off the water to our houses. So you have to stick your hand down that pipe. So that's why I didn't plant it. So if this gets bigger, at least we'll still be able to get in there. Otherwise, that would have been the spot I would have planted it in. But okay, why am I so out of breath? Oh, I'm getting old. All right, let me water this in, and then we'll trim up the butterfly bush, and I think that's it. This is a Miss Molly butterfly bush, and she's pretty resilient. I'm going to cut off just. Normally, I would just go through and cut off just the flower part, but she's getting overgrown. And some of the branches are yellowing up here. So I'm just gonna cut her back. She's all cut back. On the bottom, there's, I think it's nutsedge. Is that what it's called? A weed? And I'm going to trim that up, but I'm not going to show you guys that because it's starting to get hot out and I don't want my camera to overheat, and I'm starting to overheat. So I'll say goodbye to you in a few minutes, but let me cut that off. But I think Miss Molly will be happier like that. Her haircut looks so much better, and she's not hanging off onto the sidewalk or covering the plants underneath it. So they're getting more sun now. I mean, I probably could cut a little bit off the top a little bit more, but that's okay because it's getting close to the end of the season. So anyway, I'll be right back. It is 72 degrees out at 10:10 in the morning, and I am sweating. Luckily, I'm wearing black. You probably can't tell, but holy moly, the front yard's always warmer than the backyard for whatever reason. But I cut back the nut sedge, whatever that weed is. And I was able to I've been working out, so I don't know if I'm stronger, if it's the time of year, but I was able to pull out a lot of it by its roots. I had to be careful because the roots are right mixed in with the butterfly bush, but I got them out, so yay. So I'm happy we got a little planting done. I trimmed back the petunias. I planted my nepeta, and so far they're surviving because my husband was watching the dogs outside while I was working in the front. And yeah, I think I got a lot accomplished, and I watered everything. So I'm good to go. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And oh, it's August. So go out and take pictures of your flowers, of all your gardens, and see what they look like now so you can start planning for fall and next year what you want and don't want. We'll talk about that probably on the next video, but just telling you, get out there and take pictures and videos. All right, guys, have a great one. I hope you get in the garden. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.